You can sell snake oil to a cobra.
They're really proud to come from this area. This is the last word for now. I'm Denise Jackson alongside Mr. David Squires, and we have Mr. Andrew Shannon with us, and we're talking about community activism. And David, you recently wrote a column about the aftermath of the situation with the alley. Mr. Shannon, you were a big part of that. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, we have been involved in working on the issues of injustice and inequality throughout the region, throughout the state, and throughout the country. So it doesn't matter where there's injustice. As Dr. King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So we saw some injustices going on as it relates to the case involving the Alley nightclub in Newport News. So we got involved in the case. We investigated. We got our facts, we got our documentation, and we were able to discover the wrong that was being committed. And so we took a stand. We came together, we informed the public, we did direct action, and we're thankful that the courts also ruled in our favor.
And basically what happened last week is the ABC board threw out all the remaining cases against the alley. And I know that's something you had asked for. That's something you even had asked as you were talking about asking, you know, the federal senators and the federal government to ask for. And basically, the rule that was in play would have made a business liable if you and I got into an argument at Walmart, and then we went down the street, and then we got into it again. Walmart would have been liable if that law had passed. Isn't that the way you look at it?
Absolutely. It's called a nexus connection. And so we're glad that the judge ruled that, said that there's no way that you can make a business liable for something that may have happened 30 minutes or an hour or 2 hours or later, or even the next day. That was simply wrong. But that's what they were trying to do with the alley. And also we felt as though they were practicing a pattern and practice of unfair terms and conditions. We saw things.
Mr. Shannon, you sent me an envelope this thick with reports where you said you had documentation that other incidents, more incidents were going on, including suicides at other establishments, and they weren't having their liquor license challenged.
That's right. And those establishments were establishments that were predominantly non-minorities. But in cases where you had a 99% occupancy of minorities in these businesses, then they came out with the full arm of the law, and it was wrong.
Why is activism so low here in Hampton Roads?
Well, unfortunately, it's historical because we call it the overseer mentality, the plantation mentality. But we think it's important that people understand that justice does not end or begin across the thresholds of the church door. We go inside of our places of worship and say that everything is fine, but yet we close our eyes to the things that are going on out in the community. And we say it's time to undress all of those things that are wrong. Right. And you have to take a stand. Dr. King took a stand. He went to religious leaders, and they came together. But unfortunately now there is a code of silence.
What's it going to take to break that code of silence?
Continue to make them aware, continue to say that it's wrong, continue to bring our grandparents, our aunts, our brothers and sisters together, and when there's an issue, and lay it out and inform the public, and then fight for justice.
I know, Mr. Shannon, I know you can go on that line, but that's the last word.
For now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.